and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. She's made it by the skin of her teeth. She needs to look at the screen and follow the instructions because this is not workout mode. We're doing a workout, but we're not in workout mode. Welcome along. It's Zwift Run Live and the Film My Run channel on Facebook. And we're also sharing to the Zwift Runners Facebook page as well, live as well on Twitch. My name's Stephen, hello, and this is Victoria, my better half. In 10 seconds, we will start Friday Fartlek, led by Ryan Downey. Ryan is the one with the yellow beacon above his head. I'm watching Facebook, YouTube and Twitch chat, so if you've got any messages for me, if you've got any questions, anything you want to say, then do please drop in the chat there. This whole session is around the Mayfield track. Half an hour's running, so it's over as soon as it's begun. Have a 5-minute warm-up normally, and then Ryan will call out instructions for what everyone's supposed to do. Jason Darby says, just want to say a quick hello and have a good run. Unfortunately, can't watch tonight as about to watch The Boys Series 2. Okay. I don't know what The Boys Series 2 is, but enjoy it, whatever it is. Stephen Smith says, good evening, both and all. So everyone on the right-hand side of the screen is a real person running in real time on their treadmills. I suppose they could be outside as well, but they're on Zwift. They could be all over the world. So we've got Americans, we've got a Spanish runner. Buenaventura's running from Spain. Wanda Archer from the US. Who else have we got? Obviously Ryan is leading. Edwards, Lockley, Jaco, and Richardson, pack leader as well. Chris Beale says good evening and good luck in the Thames Path 100 tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. That's the reason I'm not running tonight, just resting my legs, saving my legs for a long run tomorrow. So we're in 5-minute warm-up, and as soon as that 5 minutes is up, Ryan will call out instructions for what's going to happen next. Ace Ventura, hello buddy. Victoria says she hopes Ryan is going to be kind to her tonight. She clearly doesn't know Ryan very well and she's not done Friday Fartlek before. So today we perform blocks, says Ryan. Neil Messenger, hello buddy.
Nice.
There has been an update today to Zwift. Not very exciting update. A few bug fixes, hopefully. But that's about it, really. Stephen Smith says he might be entering a 10-kilometre road race in January. Nice one. So Ryan says we'll be starting with 3 times 1 minute, starting at 11 kilometres an hour, then 12 kilometres an hour, and then 13 kilometres an hour before a 1 minute recovery. Okay. So it'll be 1 minute on, 1 minute off. 1 minute at 11 and then 1 minute off. 1 minute at 12, then 1 minute off. 1 minute at 13. Yes, always go back to 10 kilometres an hour for the recoveries. And then after the rest period, it'll be the same again, 11, 12 and 13, but this time for 2 minutes. Oh, hang on a minute. No, or 3 times 2. 3 times 2, I mean. Yes, 3 times 2 minutes. 3 times 2 minutes, yes. Yeah. Neil Messenger says, good luck with your 100k tomorrow. Well, it's not 100k, it's 161k, 100 miles tomorrow. Andrew Cutmore says, evening both. So keep an eye on Victoria's heart rate and you'll be able to tell just about how hard she's working. I haven't got power on tonight, so we can't tell by power. So 10 seconds to go, and then it's up to 11 kilometers an hour for 1 minute. So nice gentle introduction. Let's go. Yeah. You can tell. Right, just count down the minutes. Yeah. We're 24:55. Nick Inwood says, hope you both and family have had a good weekend so far. I've almost finished my first 5k training plan. Any ideas for the next plan to do? Yes, do a 10k training plan and then a half marathon training plan. Just build up your mileage slowly but surely. Don't add too much at a time. But also it depends what you want to do, of course. You may only want to stick with 5Ks, in which case just continue to train for 5K races, just get faster at them. Or build up your mileage so that you're building up to next to a 10K, then a half marathon, then a marathon, then an ultra, 50K, 100K, 100 miles. And then you can go for the UK Canal Ultras at 135 miles, and then you can do the Spine, which is 260 miles. Oh, sorry. Yes, no, there isn't a rest. Okay. So there's no rest period. It is just straight up 11, 12 and 13 kilometers per hour. Neil, no, I'm not filming tomorrow. I filmed the Thames Path 100 last year. So tomorrow I'm just going to run it and get it done, and then probably film it again in a couple of years' time or something. So one more pace increase in 15 seconds, and then it'll be recovery time. Yeah, 13, here you go, 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 go. So 1 minute at 13 kilometers an hour now for Victoria. Again, keep an eye on that heart rate. She is in the orange zone already, 153 beats per minute, but she's sticking right by Ryan. If you are just joining us, you'll notice we're not in workout mode. Friday Fartlek is not in workout mode. It's we do this in the old style. Before we had workout mode for running, the group leader would simply call out the paces that you had to go, and he'd type it on the screen, and you just have to follow the instructions on screen. So that's what we're doing today. And now 10 kilometers an hour for 1 minute. Just a recovery. And then they're going to do that again for 2 minutes each time. Leo says, hello Victoria, hello Stephen. Hope you're both good, and good luck tomorrow, Stephen. Go enjoy yourself. Thank you very much, Leo. Hope you're good as well. Saw a good picture of you today. Although, oh yeah, good luck to my wife for tomorrow, because she's crewing me for the whole 24 hours. So she'll be sitting in the car, and she's also got to take a laptop because she's got to log on to work tomorrow as well. Right, so 20 seconds left of her 1 minute recovery, and then they're going to do all that again, but they're going to do it for 2 minutes this time. So 2 minutes at 11, 2 minutes at 12 and 2 minutes at 13. Ready, says Ryan. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, away they go. 11 kilometers an hour now for 2 minutes. So you could class this session as an interval session, but also a progressive session as well, because the run is getting faster and faster as it goes on, but we also have some recoveries. So each section is one interval, but it's a progressive interval. Yes. Yeah, right. So because we're not in workout mode, each runner does not have their own specific pace that they're set. So you can either stick with Ryan if you're happy at going at the pace that he's going at, or if you are finding it a bit tough or a bit too easy, you can go a little bit quicker or a little bit slower. 60 seconds before the next pace increase. So you can see the treadmill there. You can see, if you point to 11, Victoria, on the treadmill. So that's where we can see how fast Victoria is going. Thanks for the ride on, Jonathan Cost. Thank you, everybody, for your ride-ons at the moment, by the way.
Ride on!
Ace Ventura says, good luck tomorrow, Stephen. Thank you. So I'm going to start at around 8 o'clock in the morning. If you are vaguely interested in tracking what I'm doing, you can log on to the Centurion Running website. So go to centurionrunning.com, and tomorrow morning, well now probably, there will be a little button which says live, and click on the live button and you will see a tracker, and you'll be able to follow all the runners from that tracker and see where we are. But because it's a socially distanced run, because we're starting in waves or at different times, it will be a bit difficult to tell who's in the lead and who's in what position. But at least you'll be able to tell how far along the course we are and approximate positions. Yeah, you can see how far I've gone and how fast I'm going. Neil Messenger says, I've got my treadmill, but it is still in the box. I just need to order an extension lead to go to my garage. Okay. Get it sorted, Neil. Leo says, one quick one, Stephen. I've just bought a run treadmill sensor from Zwift on the 1st of September. It's due tomorrow. Did you find it difficult setting up the sensor strips? Or is it just better to mark it with white marker or pen? Yes and yes, probably is answer to that. You need to be patient with it, Leo. I find it very finicky, if that's a word that you recognise. Yes, the stickers don't stick on very well, but my treadmill is beveled a little bit, so if you've got a very flat surface on your treadmill, the stickers might stick better. But I found the stickers come off, so I basically just marked the treadmill. And also, the cradle isn't very secure, so you might want to secure the cradle a bit better. But you need to fiddle around with it to make sure that you are getting the correct pace when the optical sensors measure the stickers. It can be a bit picky, so just take your time with it. What you might do is get frustrated with it within the first 5 minutes and chuck it out the window. Just give it some time and work with it a bit, and then hopefully after a couple of days or a few days you'll get something that you're happy with and you can live with. Yeah. You can put Tipex or something like that on the treadmill if it makes it better. Jason Darby, nice running, Victoria. Gotta go. Good luck tomorrow, Stephen. Thanks, Jason. Take care, buddy. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. So Victoria's on her third increase now, 2 minutes at 13 kilometres an hour. She's still sticking with it. She's still with Ryan, and she's at 154 beats per minute heart rate, so not bad at all. And we're not far off halfway through the session now. So there'll be another 10 minutes of work, and then there'll be a 5-minute recovery or so, approximately. So when we get to 15 minutes to go, there'll be a 1-minute recovery, and then there'll be 9 more minutes of hard work. So it'll be 3 minutes at 11 kilometres an hour, 3 minutes at 12 kilometres an hour, and 3 minutes at 13 kilometres an hour, and then it'll be 4 minutes of cool down time. If you are watching on YouTube or Facebook, you've got a question, I am not running today, so I'm standing here and I'm perfectly capable and able to answer any questions you've got. Victoria looks to have a really low cadence, says Jonathan. What is it, 172 steps per minute? Well, she's got long legs, you see, Jonathan. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like anyone, the faster she goes, the quicker her cadence will get. But she has a fairly long stride length. Yes, Leo. So just take your time getting it set up. Don't get too frustrated with it, and you will eventually get something that you're happy with, and it'll do your incline, it will do your cadence, and it will do your speed. Just make sure you read all the instructions and watch the instruction videos that they've got on the North Pole Engineering website. Right, last tough set coming up now for Victoria. 9 minutes of hard work. Away you go. So as soon as we've finished this, it's into the bath or the shower. Last little bit to eat before bedtime, and then we'll try and get into bed early tonight, so we can get lots of sleep. We'll have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is not that early, I suppose. Oh, we're leaving at 6, are we? Sorry, we'll get up at 5:30 then. And leaving at 6 to get there for 7:30, and then we'll start running at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. There is no kit check, there is no registration, because it's all social distanced. Victoria just drops me off at the start line. I have to get my temperature checked, and then I'm allowed to start. There should be random kit checks around the course, yes. So Victoria's running around the Mayfield track in Watopia. This is the track. This is the newest part of Zwift, actually, or the newest part of Watopia. We have had newer courses since then. We've had Paris and France added to the world maps. But yeah, this track was added. How long ago was it added now? Is it nearly a year now we've had the track? And this is one of Ryan Downey's regular weekly runs. Ryan runs about 4 different sessions each week, 4 or 5 different sessions each week. And this is the Friday Fartlek, which is, as its name suggests, a series of Fartlek runs every Friday. Fartlek, if you don't know, means speed play, so speeding up and slowing down. Leo says Victoria has a good core. Her technique is good. That's coming from a fast marathon runner. But also from a man. Ryan Downey says everyone's doing great. Neil Messenger says, this 100 miles tomorrow that you're doing, do you walk some of the way? Yes. Yeah, I mean, there's no way that, well, that's, some people are able to run the entire way. But almost all, apart from like uber elite runners, almost all runners will at some point in a 100-mile run, they will walk. And in fact, even tomorrow, because it's a very flat race, you have to build in walking breaks into your race. When you've got a very hilly race, the walking breaks are automatically there for you. Basically, they're up the hills. So when you get to a hill, you walk up it. You power walk up it, but you walk up it. Whereas with a flat race like tomorrow, you need to be disciplined, because you cannot simply start running and just keep running. You will have to stop, and the best policy is to build in walking breaks into your run so that you can try and balance out and even out your pace throughout the whole run. You don't want to start running fast and then just get slower and slower and slower until the end of the 100 miles you're basically crawling in. What you want to do is start running and finish running about the same pace. So in between all of that, you are doing regular walking breaks to split it all up to recover so that you can carry on running after that. Yeah, don't wait until you're absolutely shattered before you start walking. Jonathan Cost says, Victoria has a face you don't want to mess with when she's working hard. I know that, mate. Don't tell me about that. I've interrupted Victoria enough times in her when she's in the zone, yeah. Paul Deering says he was messing around in the gym today and his old Under Armour hover trainers, those are the ones that have the foot pod inside them, connected to a Techno Gym treadmill immediately and was 100% accurate. Amazing. So 60 seconds to go at 12 and then it'll be up to 13 for the final 3 minutes effort. Victoria's heart rate is only 156 beats per minute, so this is relatively comfortable for Victoria. She is doing all right. Thank you for the ride-ons again. Victoria wants me to go around everybody and drop some ride-ons, so I can do that. So just click on somebody's name and then click the thumb that comes up next to their name and that drops a ride-on their heads. And I think that's everyone. That's everyone in the group anyway. So the people we're seeing on the right-hand side of the screen, the names that we're seeing, those are the people who are in the group, who are in the run. There are other people on the track who are not necessarily part of the run we're doing. Neil, you just have to build up to it slowly. So Neil says, that would kill me if I did 100 miles. How do you do it? It's a case of, you start with 5 kilometres and then you work yourself up to 10 kilometre races. Then you do a half marathon. Then you do a few marathons. Then you might step up to a 50 kilometre race. And bit by bit, your core strength is improving. Your core fitness is improving. Your body's getting used to the distances and the times that you run. So I think I did 50k and then I went, my next distance was 70 miles I think I did, or 100k. I think I've done a couple of 100k's and then a couple of 70 mile races before stepping up to the 100 mile race. So it's just getting used to it, over time, and eventually 100 miles doesn't actually, it will always seem a long way, but it doesn't seem impossible. It seems perfectly doable. I've done about 10 of them now, and every time I go into it, I say to myself, you can do it. So it's having mental strength and mental confidence as well. Stephen Smith says, what time do you start and where do you finish? So we start in Richmond, on the banks of the Thames, that's southwest London. We start in Richmond at about 7:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we run all the way through Runnymede and Windsor and Eton, all the way along the banks of the Thames, through Reading and Staines, and we finish, hopefully I should finish early tomorrow morning in Oxford. Early Sunday morning in Oxford. Victoria's got a minute and a half to go at 13 kilometres an hour now. This is the final push. Heart rate is nice and comfortable, 148 BPM. Victoria thinks it should be higher, so maybe she feels like she's working harder than her heart rate is suggesting, which is possible. It could be that the heart rate monitor is not working properly, so you might just be settling into it, you see. Oh, right, okay, so have you done 3 minutes then? I thought you'd only done 2 minutes. Because the way my maths worked it out, you would have 4 minutes of recovery. Maybe not, maybe you did 3 minutes, okay. Stephen Smith says he lives 10 minutes away from Richmond. Well, we're not encouraged to invite people along. Victoria isn't allowed to see me off at the start. She just has to drop me off. But there's no reason why, if you're walking along the banks of the river tomorrow morning, that you might not see some runners. The latest... Yeah, there you go. We may have ended early by mistake. My gift to you. But he wasn't deliberately kind. He was accidentally kind. Neil says, well done, Victoria. Yeah, so the latest that runners will start tomorrow is 9:30. So the runners will be starting from Richmond from... Yeah, just comfortable relaxation for now until the end of the run. 3 minutes of recovery time. Just chilling out, trying to bring the heart rate down a bit. I think your heart rate looks... I think that's a normal heart rate for you for this session. Yeah. Jeff Partridge says, good luck for tomorrow, Stephen. Thames Path is my PB course. Yeah, I don't know about PB tomorrow. We'll see. We'll just... The job is just to get it done tomorrow, and we'll try and go for a PB at South Downs Way 100 in November. Leo says, do you think running on Zwift has improved your overall running outdoors? And the same question to Victoria. For me, initially no, because I think it messed with my training. Having to run on the treadmill so regularly kind of messed up the way I'd got a routine for training. But now, having done it for so long, yes, I think it has improved my running, because it forces me to go running more often than I normally would. So I can put in more miles more easily than I ever have done before. And I've kind of started to now fit in the training sessions that I do on Zwift to my outdoor running as well. So there's kind of a better balance there for me in my training. So yeah, I think it has. Treadmill running's really good for pacing. It's really good for teaching you how to run at a certain pace and what it feels like to be at that pace. And it also allows you to concentrate on running rather than concentrate on other things outdoors like trees and cars and dogs and curbs and tree roots.
I've not done any races since regularly running on Zwift, so I guess time will tell, won't it? But only this year I've really regularly run.
Victory lap time, says Ryan, and there we go. Friday Fartlek is done and dusted. Ace Ventura says, good job, Victoria. What? Oh, right, okay. Go on then. Victoria's decided to do one final lap, just for the heck of it, and then we're done. So we'll be off in a second. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Thanks for your questions on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, by all means, follow along tomorrow. If you're bored and you're looking for something to do tomorrow, log on to centurionrunning.com, click the live button, and you'll see where I am on the course and whether I've dropped out or not. I won't drop out. I'll be fine. It's only 100 miles, isn't it? No worries. And yeah, so that's happening tomorrow. And Victoria has completed Friday Fartlek. Is that your first time you've done Friday Fartlek? Yeah, first time for Victoria. Cheers, Leo. Take care, buddy. Mr. M says best of luck tomorrow. You got this, Stephen. Thank you. Ryan, I'm going to be kicking off anywhere between 7:30 and 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Depends what time we get to the start line, because it's a rolling start. Anytime between 7:30 and 9:30. But I'm going to go off around about 8, I think. 8 a.m. probably, something like that. At centurionrunning.com, Stephen. Yeah, there's a button which says live. So click the live button and you'll be able to track where we are on the course. No sleep till Oxford. Well, I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to sleep now, Jeff. Is that all right? I'm not staying up all tonight as well. I'll sleep now, then we'll get up in the morning, and then it's no sleep till Oxford. Right, that's it. We're done. Well done, Victoria. Thank you very much for doing that instead of me. And that is it. So, we will see you. I probably won't be in a fit state to run on Sunday afternoon, but what time's the last Mo Farah run? So remember, if you haven't signed up already, the Mo Farah 1 hour runs are tomorrow and Sunday. Mo Farah is attempting to break the 1 hour world record for distance run in an hour. And he'll be doing that. Is it in Brussels? I think that's in Brussels tomorrow. So in honour of that, we are running these Mo Farah challenges, which is a 1 hour run. See how far you can go in 1 hour. So those are on tomorrow. So let's see when the last one. In fact, no, the first one starts tonight at 10 o'clock. So if you're not signed up to one, get yourself signed up to a Mo Farah 1 hour challenge. So the first one's tonight at 10 o'clock UK time. Then we've got one at 3 a.m, one at 9 a.m, one at 12 o'clock midday tomorrow. This is UK time, by the way. One at 2 o'clock UK time, one at 4 o'clock UK time, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And then we've got one at 1 a.m, 3 a.m, 9 a.m, 12 midday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Is that the last one? Yeah. So the last one is 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. If I am awake and in any way able, I will jog round one of those, or Victoria will run it and I will commentate. So hopefully the 4 o'clock, the last one tomorrow, I will the last one on Sunday, I will try and either run very slowly or commentate on. It's very likely that it will be commentary, but it's also possible I will be fast asleep and I simply won't be able to do it. So that could happen on Sunday, or it might not. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for sticking around with us, and we'll see you either Sunday or the day after. Take care. Bye bye.